Most of the time, it's different from the way you see life. Sometimes, life is good. Other times, well, maybe not so good. And this is why many times we need someone to talk to, someone to listen to us without judging us. And this is a program that is designed exactly for that purpose, where we can talk, chat, laugh, and sometimes cry together. Come on, let's talk over our matters. Let's discuss the matters of life and find solutions together. This is SHINA. Our program is now going to be on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I need you to join in. We need to talk together. You will have the opportunity to call in, ask questions, discuss matters that concern your heart, and I guarantee you, you'll be glad that you talked. I'll be waiting on you Tuesday and on Wednesday and on Thursday. SHINA will be waiting for you.
Hey guys, my name is SHINA OYINLOLA, and I'm trying to let you know that Abntv do live stream events. Do you have any event coming up? Do you want somebody to do that for you? Live stream your event, stream either to your own portal or to Abntv Direct. Call on us now, 346-426-5650, 346-426-5650. We'll be glad to help you out. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello everyone, and it's so good to be here again tonight. This is Sharing Life Matters with SHINA, and honestly, I am always happy, always delighted to know that you're there. I want to particularly thank all of you that show interest in this program. Thank you so very much. We get your calls, we get your messages, we get your suggestions. We know that you're there. I really, truly appreciate you. All right, it's always good to know that you're not alone. Now, this is a family program, and it's a program that is designed to raise some positivities in the society. And this is one main reason why you have to key in and be a part of the program. Of course, you would agree with me. The more positive the society gets, the better for all of us, the safer for all of us. And programs like this, you can't afford to keep to yourselves. You have to spread it, make others hear, because all that we're doing is to ensure that society is better organized, society is better livable for all of us. I just want all of us to enjoy our living in the society. Thank you once again, and you're most welcome. This is Sharing Life Matters with SHINA. Now, do you think, or do you have the idea of something new and you want the world to know about it? This is the right channel to bring it to. And we will make sure the world hears about your new idea. Do you have products or services that you would like us to advertise for you? Give us a call today or send a text message, and we will follow up and ensure that we do your bidding when it comes to advertising your product. Or do you want to sponsor this particular program, Sharing Life Matters with SHINA? It would be a delight to my heart if you could be the sponsor. Every time we're here, we will talk about your product, your services, or your programs, or whatever have you. Why don't you give it a try? It is far cheaper than you can imagine. We just want to be there for the society, and that's why we do what we do. All right, so if you're thinking of sponsoring this program, we'll be very glad. Pick your phone, call those numbers, or send the text messages or chats to those numbers that we keep giving you. We'll reach out to you and we will be glad to partner with you. Domestic violence is a major problem in our society, and every day today it is worrisome because it's not going down, as it were. I know beyond any reasonable doubt that we cannot fully eradicate domestic violence, but we can reduce it to the barest minimum. We can try our possible best to ensure that it is curtailed at least to a reasonable extent. And that is where I am contributing my quarter. What are you doing? One of the things that you can do is just to be a part of this program. Call in, advise people. It goes a long, long, long way. In your relationship, I would always encourage that you make it work. Just do everything within your power to make it work. Listen, the reality of life is that nothing good comes easy. Nothing on its own will work on its own. Efforts have to be put. You have to make things work and ensure that things work. In your relationships, if you have to beg, beg. If you have to spend money, spend money. If you have to call on others to step into it, call on others to step into it. However, if the journey is too tough for both of you to work on the same line, by all means, go your separate ways. You're better off living long as a single parent than dying young in the name of love. As I speak to you tonight, another one is going down in the name of love. It really doesn't have to be this way. We can enjoy life. Life is livable. We can have a better life if all of us can shun domestic violence and stay on the brighter, sweeter, happier side of life. And this is why I call upon all of you listening to me tonight. Make a decision. Just stand out. Decide to do what is right. And just on your own, spread the good news of living and letting others live. Welcome. Tonight, before I go on a break, tonight is a very special night because I'm still going to stay focused on the children. And tonight we're going to be talking about how to handle sexually abused children. Now, these children are helpless. You and I are the voice that they have. You and I are the only ones that can actually help them. Should we continue to look the other way even when we know the children are being abused? No. That's not right. I call on you ladies tonight, gentlemen that are of the same opinion with me. Let's call into the program tonight and advise people on what can be done. What are the signs that a child is already abused, even if the mother does not know? A lot of mothers are ignorant. A lot of daddies, of course, are ignorant. But when you speak out, you open the mind of someone, and guess what? You save a life. But when we hold on to our thoughts, when we hold on to the things that we know, and we refuse to speak out, guess what? We're part of the problems. And I call on all of you that are my viewers, my listeners tonight, let's be part of the solution. Let's just have a sane society. Let's contribute our best before we exit this world. Keeping quiet is certainly not a way of contributing our best. You never can tell who is listening to you. I'll tell you stuff. Many times after my show, I get a lot of commendations, a lot of calls, and people tell me how touched they've been. A lot of families are being healed just because you're contributing. You can't afford to keep quiet, particularly tonight. There are a lot of children that are being abused, and they're still in that situation. But because the parents don't even know what to do, people just don't know what to do. And you that you know, and you want to keep quiet about it, how has that helped the child? This is Sharing Life Matters with Ishmael. We'll go on a quick break now, and when we return, we will hit the ground running. I will see you at the other side of the divide.
Happy New Year. As last year ends, which is 2022, poverty ends, stagnation ends, promise and fail ends, depression ends. I just want you to understand that at Abntv, we have reasons to be happy with you because you are alive. And I pray that we won't just be alive for being alive's sake. We'll be alive to enjoy being alive in the mighty name of Jesus. My name is SHINA OYINLOLA. From January 1st to March 31st, your ad making will be $500, and we will give you a 2 weeks free usage on Abntv and all our platforms. Thank you so much for being there for us. Thank you for being there all the time. God bless you. And I want to let you know that we love you. Bye for now.
Daddy Autos, Daddy Autos. Car sales, car repair, body works, title services, record services, insurance claims, and vehicle inspections. Call us now at 832-759-3324. Don't forget, free oil change when you make 2 synthetic oil change visits. The third is free. Daddy Autos, 9815 Honeywell Street, Houston, Texas, 77074, or at www.daddyautos.com or info@daddyautos.com. Daddy Autos, best in auto repair. Being a #1 in authentic African cuisine has made us not to stop dishing out the best to our customers. Check out some of our delicacies in African food today. We also cater for both indoor and outdoor parties. Finger Licking Restaurant 2.0. Check our all-day coffee tea spots out. Open on Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We deliver with Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Drop Off. Finger Licking 2.0, 9817A, Houston Street, Houston, Texas, 77036. Telephone 713-270-7070. Come for an authentic African cuisine.
Asu Rock African Market. We work hard to provide you with a wide selection of things you enjoy from Africa that are of the greatest quality. We are the premier African grocery store franchise in USA. African food products, meats, pastries, and hot and ready-to-eat meals. Check us out today at www.azurrockmarket.com. Open 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Sunday. 13711 Western Road, Suite A1, Houston, Texas, 77077. Seamless, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Drop Up, and Postmates. Call us now at 832-990-7590. In-store shopping or in-store pickup and deliveries. Asu Rock African Markets. Catering and everyday entertaining.
Welcome back. This is Sharing Life Matters with Eshman, and I'm so glad to be here. Do not forget, you have products and services you want us to advertise for you. Go ahead, make the call, send text messages, chat, and we'll reach out to you. Or you want to sponsor this particular program, it will be a delight in my heart. Never be afraid. It is far cheaper than you can imagine. We are just on the community service. That's what we're doing. That's the whole essence of this program. So we'll be expecting to hear from you in that regard. Now, let's go to the main matter tonight. Children are very important, and we all know, as a matter of fact, most people are still around because of their children. If you net off children, a lot of people will feel that life actually is meaningless. You need to see how happy people are when they are with their children. And I congratulate everyone that has a child or more near them. That's very important. That's very beautiful. Children growing up are like little angels. They bring smiles, they bring laughter. You laugh at their games, the way they do their mannerism. You can go on and on. It's such a pleasant thing to have children all around. Listen, they are so innocent. Many things they do purely out of innocence. I've had children say to their parents, maybe a child that knows that the mother is struggling, a 7-year-old boy telling the mother that, oh, let me go get a job so as to assist you. I mean, that's said from a pure heart. Of course, a 7-year-old boy cannot work, but they have this pure love. Oh, I don't know why this came to my mind. Wow, this is very sad because I read about it tonight. I read about it earlier on today. A woman that committed suicide, but before she hung herself, she hung her son, her 7-year-old son. This happened today in somewhere. I read about it today. The woman committed suicide, but before she hung herself, she hung her 7-year-old son. Then she hung herself. I don't know why these things happen. Children don't deserve some of these things. That's very sad, right? Children don't deserve some of these things. Children must be protected from the troubles of the society. Children must be safe, secure. There's too many stuff going on. But please, can we seclude them? Can we make sure that they enjoy their life? So back to what I was saying. Children bring joy, laughter, good tidings to the family. It's such a beautiful thing to see those little angels growing innocently. Even when they make mistakes, when they do wrong stuff, they're still very happy and they bring the light to the homes. You can now imagine when these children are abused and adults around them decide to keep quiet. Honestly, that is not right. As a matter of fact, in the state of Texas, where I live presently, it's a criminal offense to stay silent when you know that a child has been sexually abused. All sexual matters that has to do with children must be reported. You can't afford to keep quiet. Because if they found out later from the child, they would always ask the child who knew about it, who was told about it. If the child mentioned that you were told and you didn't do nothing about it, the law is coming after you. And so when you have a case of abuse on children and you got to know about it, whether you are the father, the mother, the uncle, the auntie, whatever you are, once you know about it, the case must be reported. You may think that the law may not know. Every time you take a child to the pediatrician, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not, you may not know. They may not tell you. The child is checked. And so if they found out that the child has been sexually abused, the case will be investigated. And if they got to know that you knew about it, it's a criminal offense. You could spend 1 year in state jail. And you could be charged as high as $4,000. So you better know what is happening or what you're doing when you're harboring or when you're coding or when you're hiding a case that you need to report. All sexual abuse on children must, and I'm saying that word again, must be reported. Now, the perpetrator of the abuse could be close to you. It could be someone that you love so much, right? That is the person that committed the offense. Could be someone that is so dear to you. That does not mean you should not report. Any fondling, any unwanted touch, any manner of sexual abuse on any child must be reported. I'm taking it slow tonight because I need a message to sink in. The fact that you love the person that committed the offense does not stop you from reporting. You can't afford to cover. If it is your son that committed the offense, you must report the case. Any abuse, any sexual abuse on children must be reported. Now, I'm not asking you to go up and about looking for cases. That's not what I'm saying. But the minute it comes to your ears, as soon as a child tells you, as soon as you found out, in some instances, you may not be able to verify. That is not your job. Leave the case to the authority. We have come to the level where there is too many gory things happening to our children, and we cannot afford to pretend that those things are not happening. It is not in your own case to pretend like you didn't hear. It's not for you to act as though you were not aware. No, the law could catch up with you. It's an offense. It's a criminal offense to keep quiet on abuses on children. The reason why this has been why we're emphasizing, and you can call it overemphasize, it's fine, but we have to ring it in defense of the defenseless. The children in this case are the defenseless. You cannot pretend, you cannot afford not to speak out. Now, the question tonight, as I will soon open the phone very soon, I'll open the phone so that we can call in. But the question I want us to deliberate on tonight, it was a good example that came up. And I will analyze it, I will let us chew it, and you will tell me what would be the right thing to do. The reality is that a woman had walked into the husband molesting her child. Now, she had a choice to report the case. But then she knew if she reported the case, the husband would be jailed and he could be gone for many years, because this is a case of real act on a minor. When I say a minor, very minor. Now, she wanted to cover the husband. At the same time, she would want the child to be protected. What would she do? What should she do? She's in love with a man, really in love with a man. And she didn't want her man to be in jail for many years. I do not know how long. Some cases could fetch as high as 20 years or more. And that is the truth. Sexual abuse on children is taken very seriously in the society, in this society. And so she decided to keep quiet because she did not want her man to go to jail. Did she do the right thing? What could she have done? Now, before we begin to act as if, well, put yourself in her shoes. Sometimes, for the sake of love, we do things that we shouldn't do. Sometimes, for the sake of love, we ignore things that we shouldn't ignore. I am not passing no blame. I am not judging. I'm just like the middleman. But I want you to call in and let me know, what should she have done? What are the other parents, what should they do? Because these things happen. Someone has committed an offense, but for the sake of love, we try to cover. What if it's not her husband? What if it was her own son that molested maybe another girl, and she knew if she reported, her son would be locked up? Who wants her son to be locked up? I want us to critically look at this case tonight and not just say, hey, it's a simple case. It may not be as simple. I am here to talk about protecting the children tonight, but I need us to have an open mind and see what really, realistically, this is Sharing Life Matters. This is one of the matters of life. What should someone do when she's caught between losing the husband to jail or the son to jail, or just keeping her seed lips? If she reported, she knew The person she loves so much will be locked up. But then an abuse has been done. A sexual abuse has been done on a poor girl. So for that kind of a woman that is caught in between, what should she do? 346-426-5650. I'll say that again. 346-426-5650 or 336-456-3800. I'll say that one more time. 336-456-3800. Both lines are open right now, and I sincerely would love to hear from you. What should we do in cases where children are being abused and we got to know about it? What should we do? But much more importantly, if someone is caught between, whoa, if I reported this case, they're going to lock up my brother, they're going to lock up my son, they're going to lock up my husband, and it became difficult for that particular woman. In this case, what would be your advice? The phone lines are open right now, and I'll be expecting you to call in so that we can have all this done together. All right. I would want us to discuss it together tonight because it's actually a very important discussion. We're all just trying to protect our children. Again, there are people that are, there are strangers or people that we don't care about. It's easy to report those sons because you don't know them. If they committed the offense, guess what? Very fast, you call, very fast, you get them reported, very fast, you even get a good lawyer, very fast, you make sure they jail them. But now, let's assume that the person committing a crime is close to you. Another relative, what will you do? This person is your love, the love of your life. This person is your son. This person is your brother. What would you do? Are we going to say, hey, regardless, the law is the law, or I'm going to protect my son? So I want to hear from you. While I wait on you, the lines are open, like I said, 346-426-5650 or 336-456-3800. While I wait on you, I'll quickly give us some points. Now, children abuse is on the increase, and maybe the influence of social media is not on the decline. It's growing. There are some things that you need to do as a parent. Some of the things I'm going to enumerate now, please, you're free to disagree with me. Oh, do your best. Call in, disagree if you want to disagree, agree if you want to agree. I am not saying this because it's my view, but my view has been tweaked by the problems, the ills of the society. So I'm going to enumerate some things that you could do as a parent. Again, like I said, some of them agree, some of them disagree. It's fine. Do call in and let's discuss it. Number one, how do you dress up your child? Do you know that has become a case of concern? Of course, growing up, we knew that a child is a child. A child has nothing, absolutely nothing, that could sexually attract a man. That was the assumption growing up. I mean, those of us that belong to the old school, that's what we still believe in. A child is just an innocent little kid that has nothing that could have any relationship with sex. But then, have you been to parties? Have you been to functions? Somehow, a lot of parents are getting it wrong. Children are meant to be covered up. You may not like it, but I will say it anyway. All right? Again, it's my opinion. You could agree, you could disagree. I know as an adult, it's okay for you to expose your body. It's your choice. You're an adult. But for the child, listen, there are people with whacked brain out there. There are sick minds, particularly when you go to the public. There are sick minds. Some of them are your neighbors that could have access to the children when you're not there. Again, it's just unfortunate that the society has come to be this. You do not do anything to tempt them further. The children are meant to dress up. Your child, your 8-year-old girl, probably cannot force you to wear whatever they like for them. They take what you desire for them. As a matter of fact, I still believe a 13-year-old girl can still be corrected in what she's wearing. But we've seen kids at parties that are already wearing clingy dresses. I mean, this is sad. As a matter of fact, it is difficult for me to discuss this matter tonight. But hey, it is my job. And I don't have a choice but to discuss it. And that's why I'm counting on you ladies that see what I see to please call in and let's discuss. Otherwise, you're going to leave me in this difficult terrain trying to explain to people that some people are taking a second look at an 8-year-old girl. It's a shame the society has gone this bad. Some people are taking a second look at an 8-year-old girl, 10-year-old girl, 13-year-old girl. Why are they taking a second look? Mom, it is the way you've dressed them up. And so, if you don't dress them well, why would you let your girl be showing, some parts of the thighs? You need to start from the wardrobe. And let me tell you a thing. The way you make her feel is normal. That's the way she's going to grow. I know you're just doing your stuff innocently. But don't forget when you go to work. There are people that you have already made them see that, hey, yeah, your girl is this beautiful. Oh, your girl is developing curves already at 12. And how did that sick brother find out that she's developing curves? Because you dressed her up in a way that is not right. You can't afford to be showing the cleavage of a 12-year-old girl. Women, I hope I'm not speaking too much tonight, but it is my job. And I got to do it anyway. And so when you're always assume, hey, mom, always assume that there are sick minds outside. Some of them live with you. Some of them are your neighbors. Some of them are young adults too. Some of them are at the playground. And so when you make your 12-year-old, 13-year-old dress up seductively, what do you think you're doing? You're exposing the child. You are. You're not protecting her. It starts with you. A 10-year-old girl shouldn't decide what she wants to wear. No, I disagree. Call me old school. Fine, it's okay. She shouldn't decide. You decide. You are the mother. You are the father. You decide. You tell them, no, not under my roof. No, you're not wearing that. And let me ask you, who bought those dresses? Definitely not her. And so when you're taking her out and you're like, that it's totally sleeveless and it's so tight and you're taking her out in the midst of sick folks and they begin to loiter around your house, you think they're doing any good? No. They just want to devour your child. And so you must learn to protect your child, starting by the way you dress them. The lines are opened. 3 text messages. No, I may not be able to read it. I know I'm getting some text messages. I'm not reading text messages. I need you to call in. 346-426-5650. 336-456-3800. What do you think about the way we dress kids? Does it make sense? Does it matter? Or, I mean, you can just, as long as you see them as kids, you can just dress them up anyhow. Does it matter to you? Does it affect anyone? I believe it does. Because we've seen more than enough. So, the way they dress matters a lot. And I said they don't have the right to dress themselves. They are minors. That means they cannot decide for themselves by themselves. A 13-year-old naturally we want to start showing off some extra skin. It is you, it's for her, it's her business to want to show the extra skin, but it is you to correct her. Don't overlook, particularly you mothers, don't overlook, don't forget, they associate with people outside. And so when a boy has been shown a little, he wants to see more. It's just a natural mentality of a growing boy. He wants to see more. And so when you make them dress in a way that is not right, all right, it's totally exposing them, which will now lead me to my number 2 point. You don't want to hear this. I am going to be straight to the point tonight. You understand? Because it is my job. You don't like it? I'm sorry. Call and disagree with me if it's okay. Number 2, you decide who they make friends with. You decide. Again, these are children. It's not that they don't have rights, but their rights are right in your hands. You guide those rights. So you decide who they make friends with. Don't you forget that old statement. Bad communication corrupts good manners. By the time your girl's friend, your daughter's friend comes to the house and they're discussing some things that are beyond their age, hey, you break that friendship. Yeah, you do. You can. That's why you're the mother. If you were not needed as a mother, you understand, the child would have been left on her own from when she was born. You're meant to protect, you're meant to guide. If you allow your child, your boy, I'll give you a quick example while I go back to you. Don't forget the phone lines are opened, and don't leave me in this call tonight. Is a very, I don't want text messages. Julius, I got your text message, but please, I want you guys to call in. Now, this seat I'm on tonight is very hard, very tough, because I needed to pass across some very tough messages. I'll give you an example. A child's mother went, a boy, a 13-year-old boy, the mother went to take his school uniform someday to dust it, to wash it, and found equivalent of $300 in the pocket. And she was wondering, how did he get $300? How? Where? What happened? Equivalent of $300. I said, how did he get it? By the time she found out, she discovered that the boy's friend in school gave him the $300. That's not the problem, right? $300 is too huge for a friend to give a friend. They're still in school. You understand? So the boy's friend in school gave him the $300. By the time they found out, the money was fake. Apparently, the boy's friend is associated with some people that print money. Hey, such a friend. And the woman, very wise, and I love what she did. She went to that school, she withdrew the child immediately. What are the steps a mother, a father could take when you know that your child is moving with bad people? Usually, you're not likely to see them smoking. That's always not the starting point. The discussion will always be the starting point. You are allowed to eavesdrop. You are allowed to listen to the conversation your child is having with another person. If they're discussing things that are too heavy for your ears, break the friendship. That's why you're the father. That's why you're the mother. 100% of the time, you leave your young child to be alone. You need to find out what they're discussing. Pretend like you're ironing clothes. Pretend like you're watching TV. Put one ear. Hey, it's just a way to protect your child. You're not monitoring them. You're not being suspicious. You're just trying to protect. What you don't hear, you won't know how to correct. So pretend you're doing some other things. Listen to their conversations. It is okay. You tell them to bring their friends home. That is the best way you can know the kind of a person you're moving with. Listen, the minute I'm trying to sit right because this is very important for me, and I wish I could jump out of your TV, to make you really see what I'm saying. The minute your child's friend walks into the house, You should be able to read him or her. You should be able to have an idea of the kind of a person your friend is moving with. Some of you don't even know the friend of your 13-year-old. It is wrong, my friend. It is wrong. Otherwise, your child could work into the lion's den and she could be devoured. Unfortunately and sadly, most children that fall prey, it is due to the carelessness of the parents. The parents didn't show enough care. The parents didn't pay enough attention. I do hope I'm making sense to you. The parents didn't pay enough attention. So encourage them to bring their friends home. When they bring them home, stay somewhere. Listen to their conversation, not because you want to judge them, but because you want to know where to correct and how to correct. It is very essential. You can't afford to pretend that you know everything about your child. No, you won't. They can't tell you everything, but what you hear them discussing. So when you now know the things that they're discussing, that will tell you whether that's a bad friend or a good friend. Don't forget, bad communication corrupts good manners. In other words, you've tried to bring your own children up in the good way, but their discussion with other people could corrupt what you've been building. And this is why you must make sure they're communicating all right. Number 3, remember, I told you they don't decide what to wear. Then their friends, you must know the kind of friendship they're keeping, listen to their conversation and correct. Number 3, know where they go. Yeah, know where they go. Listen, what is the business of a 14, 15-year-old girl going out to a place you don't know? Some of us parents have failed. I must say it. There is no freedom for any child that is a minor. They are meant to be under your supervision. You're meant to lock the doors and have control of the keys. They can't go to no place that you have no idea about. Why are you the parent? You think it's all about money? No. Listen, if these girls come home pregnant, you're going to cry. It's going to be a shame on you. And guess what? You cannot blame the teenage boys. And that's the truth. The vulture will always gather over the carcasses. When vultures see carcasses, what do you think they do? They want to gather. So the teenage boys are always looking for, in quotes, loose teenage girls. And so when you allow your teenage girls to wander, a 13-year-old girl shamefully telling you she's having a party and she's going to spend all night, and you're like, oh yeah, just be good. What kind of a parent are you? You need to put yourself in order. The problem does not always start with those young lads. The problem starts with you, the parent, most of the time. Let's go on a very quick break. When I come back from this break, we'll be picking other calls. But please don't forget, extremely important thing tonight, we need to keep an eye on those children. This is Shine Life Matters with Eshman, and I will see you at the other side of the divide.
Àánú Olúwa African Store níbi tí a ti ń ta oúnjẹ Áfíríkà lóníkan òjọ̀kan, iṣu, ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀, èlùbọ́, gààrí tọ́kan tó wọ̀nyí, ẹja tútù, ẹja gbígbẹ, pọ̀nmọ́, panla, ẹ̀fọ́ lóríṣiríṣi. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la ní àwọn ohun èròjà inú ọbẹ̀ tiwantiwa tó pójú owó, epo pupa, tìmáàtì, atarodo, sọ̀m̀bọ̀, tàǹtàṣé, irú, ògìrì, àwọn ìrẹsì tiwantiwa. Bó ń fẹ́ ọ̀fadà, ó rí níbẹ̀. Àánú Olúwa African Store. Wọ́n ń bá ní ṣe oúnjẹ, tẹ́ ẹ bá ní ṣíṣe. Oúnjẹ wọn dùn, ó pójú owó. Wọ́n ń ṣe home delivery fún ẹni tí ó bá lè wá. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó ń fẹ́ ra àwọn ohun èlò ẹwà ara tàbí ohun èlò ẹwà orí obìnrin, báàgì léwọ́, weave-on, jewelry, bàtà, aṣọ Áfíríkà. Wọ́n ń ṣe ẹwà irun orí fún àwọn obìnrin. Gbogbo ohun èròjà tí ẹbí rẹ nílò ni wọ́n ń tà níbẹ̀. Bó jẹ́ tọkùnrin, bó jẹ́ tobìnrin, àti tàwọn èwe pẹ̀lú. Àánú Olúwa African Store wà ní number 4917 Highway 36 South, Suite B, Rosenborg, Texas 77471. Tí ẹ bá ń fẹ́ fẹ́ ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé ẹ pè Janet lórí aago tó rún 832-858-6453 tàbí 832-858-6455 máa gbénú Amẹ́ríkà ló nǹkan Áfíríkà àánú olúwa African Store lónìí yẹn ìrọ̀rùn ló bá dé.
Increase your worth. Get ahead. Invest in yourself. We make it easy for you at School of Business and Technology, SB Tech, by making you have a flexible schedule, fast career in database administration, human resources management, nursing assistance, project management, computer support tech, A+, GED, ESL. Our place, your place, in person also. 9888 Business Street, Suite 460, Houston, Texas 77036. Call now at 713-808-9728 or 281-777-5822. Visit us at www.sbtech.education. SB Tech Job Placement Assistance is available. Are you in Houston area and you need luxury style space, beautiful and elegant chairs, tables, furnitures, Asian design, high stage for celebrants, large free garage parking for guests, Wets Block Event Hall is all you need. Weddings, receptions, conference, baby showers, birthdays, graduations, rehearsal dinners, corporate meetings, trade shows, fashion shows, album or book launches. You can design and decorate any special event. Free appointment for a free quote. Check us out, 7636 Allen Drive, Suite A115, Houston, Texas 77036, or 5711 Ecroft Avenue, Suite A1A, Houston, Texas 77036. Telephone 832-351-0993, 713-969-0362. westblog@gmail.com or at www.westblog.com. Planning, decorations, and distinctions in stock. Think Westblog for your next.
Without auto insurance, do you know the time and money you'll spend if you're caught? Why risk it? At Aegis Insurance, we have several insurance carriers to tailor your specific needs. We offer low rates on liability starting from $38 a month. For 2 vehicles, $65 a month. No driver's license, no problem. We accept Texas IDs, passports, international driver's license, and expired driver's license. Pay 3 months in advance and save 20% on auto insurance. We offer discounts for switching over to Aegis, as well as good student discounts. Buy by phone, pay by phone. It's just that simple. It's our job to meet your needs when no one else can. So don't get caught driving without auto insurance. The law requires you to have liability. Call Aegis Insurance today for a free quote and start saving money.
Welcome back. This is Shine Life Matters with Eshman, and it is good to know that you are there. Don't forget, you have products or services you want to advertise, bring it in. We will surely make the world hear about the things you do. Or you want to sponsor this program. Oh, come on, let's talk. We would like to partner with you. We are on the positive side, trying to change things and make things better in the society. And we'll be very glad to have you as one of our partners. All right. Yes. I had a call while I was on break, so if you're still watching me, of course you can call in right now. We're back from break. So we've been discussing, taking care of the children and ensuring that we have an oversight over them. And I said the last point I was raising before we went on break is that the fact that your child can't afford to be going to places that you do not know. That is why you are the parents. That is why you are there. You must have this eagle eye. You must be jealous about your child. I mean, except if you're a careless parent, all right? I'm not saying that it's impossible for your children to still be wayward if they want to, but you must do your bit to make sure it is watertight. I mean, you don't just let them loose. And that's the truth. Hey, the most dangerous age a girl could be is that age called 13. That's about the age they want to try so many things, test so many things, just explore so many things. You understand? Because suddenly they feel that, oh yeah, I'm growing. Suddenly they have some breasts. Suddenly somebody is paying attention. Let's pick this call and we'll take it from there. Good evening. This is Sharing Life Matters with Eshman.
Hi, good evening, sir. How are you doing tonight?
Very well. Who am I speaking with and where are you calling from?
My name is Tayo. I'm calling from Indiana.
All right. Mr. Tayo, I will give you the floor and I will let you say it whichever way. But one of the questions I would have loved to ask so that you answer while you're talking, someone that is caught between reporting the love of her life and protecting the child. The love of her life has molested the child. And she knew if she reported, he will be going to jail for a long time. What do you advise? You have the floor, Tayo.
Okay. So there is no way to cover up a wrong thing. Like there's nothing good in covering up something that is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is anyone, I don't want to know who the person is. The love of anybody's life or the life of anybody's love. The most important thing is to make sure that if anybody goes against the law, the person should be able to face the wrath of the law. That is my own opinion on that. So if anybody should probably molest a child and someone is trying to cover up for such, they have both committed the same offense. That's like aiding and abetting. So if anybody is doing something wrong, it's essential for you to report to the authority.
Okay. That's a very good one. That's my opinion. Regardless of whoever, the law is no respect of anybody, right, Tayo?
Yeah, exactly, sir.
One of the things I said, and I know it's laughable, girls, have you been to parties to see young girls the way they are dressed? Do you think that should be corrected? What do you think?
In my opinion, I think the way anybody dresses shouldn't be the reason for anybody to be sexually offensive. So self-control plays a vital role in the life.
Remember, I said they are sick minds. They are sick minds. You want to talk about self-control to someone that has a sick mind?
Yeah, well, I mean, there are ways. I mean, if you can live with your siblings or you can live with your daughter or your son or anybody around you, you should be able to tolerate people out there. So such excuse shouldn't be a reason for anyone to be sexually offensive. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So people's dressing is their own way of life. So we cannot actually correct or probably we cannot put our own opinion on anybody else. If anybody feels comfortable dressing in a certain way, it is her decision and she has the right to
No. Tayo, here's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the adult dressing. I am talking about dressing up a child in such a way that it's a bit indecent. A 13-year-old girl that has a cleavage on the outside, she's a minor, right? The parents should be able to say no or yes. What do you think about parents correcting their children in what to wear or the way they dress them up?
Okay, Eshman, I'll say this again. If my belief is, if this is how I dress, and I think it is not wrong, I might actually make my daughter to dress that way as well.
Oh.
If that is the way I dress. So that's what I'm saying, that it is relative when you're trying to tell people the way they need to dress. So the way I dress my child depends on the way I believe. So if I actually think, okay, now it's summertime and I don't think my child, anything can happen. The child may have some health conditions that warrants you not to cover up the child totally. So I'm not trying to encourage anybody to dress indecently, but I'm only trying to explain that people should be given their right to dressing. So dressing in this part of the world might be different from other parts of the world. So when you are in certain part of the world where there are rules and regulations, like it's as simple as I can see probably gold being displayed somewhere, and I think I can break the glass and take the gold. So it is offensive. I mean, it is actually wrong. It is an act of stealing if I actually do that, and that can cause anybody felony or probably let them know whatever it is. So if I know that it is wrong for me to do this, regardless of how somebody is dressing, it shouldn't be the reason for me to misbehave.
You see, regardless of what part of the world, teenage boys are the same. Boys will be boys. Men will be men. Sick folks will be sick folks. When I say sick folks, I mean people that are sick in their mind, that are being disturbed just by the dressing of a child. Now, some of these are neighbors. Some of these sick folks live in the same compound. Some of these sick folks play with the children in the same area. Should we tempt them further? I keep calling them sick folks because, of course, I agree with you. The way a child dresses shouldn't really disturb anybody. But for the sake of sick folks, regardless of terrain, Africa, Yugoslavia, America, England, anywhere, shouldn't dressing matter?
So train up your boy child the same way you want to train up your girl child. So as you are training your girl child about decent dressing or indecent dressing, whichever you, like I say, indecent dressing is still relative. It depends on how you see it. So your perspective of seeing it might differ from mine. So as you're training your girl child, train your boy child. So if you see this, you need to stay away from such things. So we are in a society where everybody's beliefs are different. So the way you train your girl child about, okay, you have to do this, train your boy child that once you see this, abstain, run away. I mean, it's as simple as that. So there's no excuse for, if you think that you have a boy child that is having an issue with probably seeing women, you have to train the person, or probably restrain the person from playing where other girls are. All
right. That's great wisdom right there. I will let you have half a second to answer this. Is it okay to eavesdrop on your young teenagers' conversation?
Yeah, it's not bad. That's not a bad idea.
That's very good. Thank you so very much, Tayo. Hopefully, when next we meet again, I will hear your voice. Thank you so very much for being a part of the program. All right. Have a very good night. Now, thank you, Tayo, for that contribution. Listen, it is you, it is your family. Particularly when you know where you stay. Some are privileged to stay alone in a very big house, no other people living around them. But there are some that live in apartments where you have no control of who your neighbors are. Are you getting it now? Now, when you have that kind of a situation, that kind of a life, you protect your child more. Naturally, children will always want to communicate. It is you to direct them in their level of communications and the kind of friends they keep. I would encourage mother, take a second look even when your child is going downstairs. It's important for you to take a second look of what she's wearing. Why? Because like I keep saying, there's so many sick minds that is all they need to do. Don't forget, it's an apartment. You will go to work and your young child is alone playing with all these other people. Again, just like Tayo said, their dressing shouldn't really disturb anybody. But because of the people that are no longer normal, there are some things that we have to put in perspective. Listen, the bird, this is a proverb now. The bird says, now that the hunter has learned to shoot without missing, that she will continue to fly without perching. The world has gone gagas. There are too many wolves out there. And since they're always outside looking for what's not lost, protect your own child. Don't let the bad example come from you. Do everything. If it's going to go wrong, at least you know you would have done the best thing. The best of all that I've said tonight. And I will emphasize it again as I close. You must know the people your child is associating with. If you don't know them, you have already failed as a parent. Now, all you're left with is just sheer luck. Hopefully, they're discussing with the right people. From this night, know who their friends are. Know who they communicate with. That's the only way you can direct them, control them in some instances, and above all, influence them. But when you don't know, you've lost the battle. It's been a very wonderful week that we are focused on the children. Next week promises a bigger time, with Sharing Life Matters with Eshman. I've not been the only one at the studio tonight. I got my co-workers, my colleagues, and my friends working along with me so that we can broadcast this to wherever you are. Georgina Bracco, I appreciate you. She's been extremely wonderful on the camera and on the computer. Bukola Sarah has been too good talking about adverts and seeking for all the commercials. Thank you very much, Bukola Sarah, for the job well done. Ehi Kowecho has always been the one directing and making sure that nothing goes wrong in our presentations. Thank you very much, Ehi. And the big boss himself, SHINA OYINLOLA. I do appreciate you for being a wonderful boss and directing us all. Thank you very much. Hey, this is Sharing Life Matters with Eshman, and next week we hopefully will see you again. Until then, I will see you at the other side of the divide.
Happy New Year! As last year ends, which is 2022, poverty ends, stagnation ends, promise and fail ends, depression ends. I just want you to understand that at Abntv, we have reasons to be happy with you because you are alive. And I pray that we won't just be alive for being alive's sake. We'll be alive to enjoy being alive in the mighty name of Jesus. My name is SHINA OYINLOLA. From January 1st to March 31st, your ad making will be $500, and we will give you a 2 weeks free usage on Abntv and all our platforms. Thank you so much for being there for us. Thank you for being there all the time. God bless you. And I want to let you know that we love you. Bye for now.
Discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
10039 Business Street, Suite 338, Houston, Texas 77036. Telephone 346-426-5650 or 832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich culture.